welcome back to the long-awaited podcast. I say long-awaited because it's for me. Shout out to everybody listening. YouTube. We're going to go live on Instagram in a minute. So if you listen to this on YouTube and Spotify and everything else, you're going to hear me fumbling around a little bit for like 30 seconds, probably trying to get the live going. But yeah, you already know it's Mars. Young Mars, Blaine Mar. Back in the building, episode 17. Deep in the Rap podcast. Working on it. Working on the name. Deep in the Rap is where I want to go. I ain't going to tell you how to spell it, but you're going to see it. Yeah, episode 17. Birkins and Clout. That's where we at with it. You might hear me reiterate that once the live get going, but I had to just let y'all know, you know what I'm saying? That we back, man. I feel like I've been on hiatus for about a few months now, trying to do this thing here. Now I'm trying to get the live. There we go. All right, yeah. So we live on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Mars Blaine 2. You can check me out there, ask your questions or whatever the case may be. You already know how we get down. Episode 17, though, you already know what it is. Birkins and Clout. I've been on a hiatus during this quarantine. I ain't really want to get out here and be preaching and, you know what I mean, stressing the status quo, because it's already crazy out here. There's a lot going on, you know what I mean. So war going on outside, nobody's safe. That's what they said in the rap, right? So you know how that go. But yeah, over the past few months, you know, since March, this is now September. So let's see, April, May, June, July, August, about 6-7 months. You know what I'm saying? It's been real out here, man. America's slowly but surely killing itself ever since Obama left. But even before Obama left, it was getting real. But now it's really real. Like, you know what I mean? Step outside and it ain't what it used to be. Especially if you live in the burbs or you live near white folks and you black or you Mexican or, you know, anybody who feel like they elite or elitist in a sense, feel like they own this country. You know what I mean? It's real out here. It's a lot of people out here looking like they about to scrap or put hands on somebody. And you know what I mean? We all knew that was going to happen eventually. If you don't talk about, just because you don't talk about the elephant in the room, don't mean nothing ain't going to get to stomping, you feel me? So, from that point on, it's been crazy. You know what I mean? It's been a lot going on. My daughter started school, pre-K 3. So that's another reason why it's like, time is of the essence, you know what I'm saying? I always said when I started doing this podcast again, I was like, it's more for my daughter so she can know, like, the thoughts of her father, God forbid, so that never happened to me. And, you know what I mean? She need a recollection of who I am. She can always go back to these moments here and listen to some of my thoughts on life and some of my thoughts on the world. So she can have a worldly view of her father and not just a singular view of me. But, you know what I mean? It's been hard, you know what I mean? We had points in times during the quarantine where, you know, the protests and everything were going on because of Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, a host of other black folks that's been killed, black and brown folks that's been killed. And, you know what I mean, had to have those difficult conversations. I had to sit there and talk to my daughter about, you know, she's 3 years old, but she's aware. She's not your average 3-year-old. She sees stuff on TV. She asks questions. You know what I mean? She hear the police. She used to get scared for a minute. Like, oh my God, is something going to happen, Daddy? That's to tell all the time, hey, listen, all cops ain't bad, but you got to be alert. I understand that. You know what I mean? Something bad ain't going to happen every time I walk out this house. You know what I mean? So that was kind of difficult because she's a little kid. You know, you expect not to have those conversations with a child, especially not a toddler. But like I said, she's a little more aware because, you know, from birth, I told everybody we ain't talking to her goo goo gaga stuff. We talking real conversations with her. We talked to her like she was a person. So she repeats a lot of words and she has a little wider view of life than I think most kids, toddlers her age. I'm not gonna ever underestimate a child because I remember when I was 5 and 6, you know, I could remember things at that age that a lot of people probably couldn't remember about their youth or childhood. Sorry, I had to take a little sip. Mouth get dry. But yeah, man, it's been real, man. So, you know what I mean? It's been a lot going on, man. This clout chasing thing is real. Like, I seen 6ix9ine come out of jail, and he ain't getting the love he thought he was gonna get. You know, there's a lot of people still vouching for him, saying, oh, you know what I mean? You know, if your life was on the line, you would do the same thing, and this, that, and the third. And yeah, I know my motto on this podcast. If you listen to previous episodes, you already know how I'm going with it. How I talk to these kids, to these grown adults. I keep it real with everybody. Listen, if you do street things, there are street consequences. Just like as you have the First Amendment says, you have the freedom of speech. You have to understand with the freedom of speech comes freedom of action. Somebody gonna put their hands on you because of what you say. They might not agree with what you're saying, but you're gonna get this work. You know what I mean? And that's what that person chooses to do. It may be right, may be wrong in some people's eyes, but that's the consequences of the action. If you choose to get in these streets, you choose to hop off the porch, hop off the sidewalk, you got to understand the consequences are going to come with those actions. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't realize that. It's just a lot, man. Like, it's 1,016 million trillion podcasts going on, and it's a lot of them that float around. So I watch a lot of different podcasts. My favorite podcast, probably top 5 favorite. I listen to Joe Budden podcast every once in a while. You know what I mean? It's a few episodes I'll get into. I'll be on it. Drink Champs is a good one with Nori, even though he talk a lot and be messing up some of the good stories. But I still watch it because I like the people that he interview. Van Lathan from TMZ with the lawyer Rachel Lindsay from The Bachelorette. They got a dope podcast on The Ringer called I can't remember right now, but if you look up The Ringer, you'll see the podcast with Van Lathan and Rachel Lindsay. It's a dope podcast. It's like a black, powerful podcast. You know what I mean? Van Lathan giving you a different side of him probably that you already knew he had if you follow him, but if you didn't know, you thought he's just a black dude on TMZ. There's more to him. Definitely a dope podcast to listen to. I listen to the homie Kev on Stage. That's a little different with him and her screen name is That Chick Angel. She's dope too. They have a little dope podcast called Here's the Thing. They like church vibe, grew up in the church type thing, but they still a little raunchy at times if you get the jokes. Tony Baker and his crew, Keon Poley, DC Irvin, these comedians. One of the Waynes is on there. Craig Waynes is on there. I think that's Keenan's son. So this is dope. They got a dope podcast called Daddy Issues. They are dope. Dope. I try to be well rounded. I try to be political with the podcast and also listen to like the wild, outrageous, outlandish shit. Bodega Boys. I always listen to the Bodega Boys. These and Mero, them niggas is crazy. But that's that East Coast vibe that they give New York. You know what I mean? Gritty street shit. But they talking about everyday life to the extreme. So you know what I mean? I try to keep my joint diverse as far as my palette when it comes to listening to podcasts, because I want to hear the different opinions of my community, of people within my community. I don't want to say culture, because culture gets thrown around a lot and that's annoying as hell right now. That's another reason why we have clout going on. That's the reason why we have all this BS going on, is because culture has become a word thrown around a lot, like toxic masculinity. These words are words that are just created to, I mean, culture was a word that was important at one point in time. You know, the Black Panther movement, civil rights movement was a part of our culture, but we got to convert that to our community, because hip-hop is a community. Black people as a whole, we have our communities, different tribes come together under the monarch of Black African American, you know what I mean? But I feel like this 2020 give you that crazy vibe of like, yo, we need clarification of some things. If you're checking on Instagram Live, yes, I'm drinking out of a Disney cup. It's one of my daughter Disney cups that she don't use no more, so I'll be rocking on that ASAP. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. It's a lot going on with this clout chasing thing, man. The fact that I go off on tangents because of the whole 6ix9ine thing is because it pisses me off. I'm like, bro, you was out here, you paid somebody to promote you. You know what they about from the way they look and the way they act. And everybody telling you around them like, hey, watch out for this dude, he this, he that. But you still choose to pursue those people in that specific action. You gonna get everything that goes along with that. Ain't nobody gonna pump fake you with this. You know what I'm saying? If I come out and be like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying, I want to be a rapper, I want to be an artist, and I want to get signed, ain't nobody gonna be like, oh, well, you know what I mean, Mar, he he from the block, he be out here shooting niggas, all this. They gonna be like, oh, Mar, cool dude, you know what I'm saying? And I would expect him, probably be on some common 800, 3,000 shit. I don't expect him to come out here and be on no Wild OK Corral shit, you know what I'm saying? That's not in his character to be that way. He talk his talk here and there, but he ain't out here wilding for respect, you feel me? But a lot of people choose that persona to be the gangster. If you choose to be a gangster, you should be living that gangster life, because it's gangsters in that life that were willing to take advantage of you because they know you ain't like that, and they willing to do whatever it takes to get that money, to get that bag, you know what I mean, to get that cash. No cash app. So you can't be out here thinking that, oh, I'm just gonna promote this, I'm gonna promote that, and ain't nobody gonna flake or flex on me. It's never gonna be the case. Somebody's gonna flake and flex on you. Somebody's gonna come crazy at you. Somebody's gonna try you, because that's what this industry invokes. It makes you, it's people out here willing to put their life on the line for that money. So if you go asking for a service, somebody would definitely service you. You feel me? That's automatic. You know what I mean? So I don't feel any type of sympathy for 6ix9ine in a way, because you went around some dudes who you knew for a fact was in a situation or in a part of something that you definitely wasn't ready to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? And at some point you gotta recognize that, alright, if I step into this lane and try to get down with them, I'm gonna have to do some things I don't want to do. And when you do those things, the consequences come with that. So yeah, you went to jail, you snitched on everybody. So when you come back outside, people are gonna look at you like, yo, we gotta get at you. It's gonna be people that test you a gangster because they feel some type of way. They know you not like that, and you can't escape that. And it's the thing with the internet culture. That's why I use the word culture, because this is for these internet fools that troll on the internet and Instagram. Excuse me, on Instagram, Facebook, all platforms of social media, Twitch, whatever. If you choose to be a gangster, you choose to be a tough guy, you choose to be that dude or whatever you want to call it, you gotta understand that whatever you say and do, people are gonna try to check you for it. Because some cats ain't for this Instagram stuff, some cats ain't for this Facebook talk. They gonna pull up and holler at you. I reiterate this like every other person of my community would. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hop off this porch and you start talking all crazy, I'm gonna holler at you. I'm not gonna let you slide. I'm not gonna let you rock. And 6ix9ine did that. He hopped off the porch. He chose to be in some stuff he wasn't supposed to be in. It was people telling him to stay away from certain people, stay away from this dude. I understand he helping you out, but you need to chill. You asking a whole bunch of homies to be in your video, but understand that a lot of these homies got charged. A lot of these homies is like that. Be careful. Once you step into that lane, them checks get cashed, the money start coming in. Ain't nobody sitting there like, oh, remember, he's not like that. They like, yeah, you like that because you with us. Point blank, period. It's just like police, when they pull us over, they assume that we are armed and dangerous. So when you talking to all these gangsters, somebody pull up on you, somebody come to holler at you, they gonna assume you about this life and you a gangster, and they gonna treat you as such. So I would never feel no sympathy for that man. I understand they tried to get at his family and all that, but you chose the life you chose. You chose to step into that lane to get this money. You ain't have to do that. You could have just took your L's, got a job, hollered at Purdue, my dude. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't for the chickens. You can't be out here acting like you strapped up and you not. Somebody gonna test you. That's what it is. That's a part of life. Everything is test worthy. Especially if you're putting yourself out there as a testing center. Somebody's going to test you. Somebody's going to show up for the test that day. SATs is definitely on this date. I'm here. What's up? So with that being said, Clout coach is annoying. Top 5 most annoying. I just can't do it. That's just me. I don't like the whole culture of that. You feel me? It's trash. It's whack. I wouldn't do it. But to each his own. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. I'm messing with the camera on the live right now. Ain't nobody in the Instagram live. I don't think. It's going in and out. So I ain't tripping though. You know me, I'm gonna do me regardless. But yeah, this clout chasing thing is ridiculous, man. I don't get it. It's another shorty out there. Her name's Selena Powell. I don't know why all these dudes keep hitting her off. She trashed to me. She's ugly as hell. She's some little skinny, little white, Spanish-looking chick. I don't know. But she out here putting people on blast. She put Odell Beckham on blast. She put the Suns team. Well, her homegirl put the Suns team on blast. I'm like, bruh. Why y'all keep doing this to yourself? Once again, when somebody is about that life, if you want to be a hoe, you want to be about that life. You want to be out here tricking and, showing your ass and wild out for respect. You got to understand, if that's the life you chose, you can't be out here outing people that helped you along the way. You know what I'm saying? You a hoe, you want to be a hoe, do your thing, shorty. Nobody ain't going to knock you. You want to jump from dude to dude, that's whatever. You want to be a groupie or whatever, do your thing. But stop putting people business out in these streets, because somebody ain't going to take that too kindly. And this goes to everybody doing their whole, whatever. I don't feel no sympathy for hoochies, fake gangsters, anybody like that. Because if you out here doing your due, understand that's what you chose to do. Those are the actions you chose to take. You take responsibility for whatever you're doing. So if you out here tricking on a trick on. But don't be putting nobody's business out here because you tricking. That's not where it's at. You feel me? It's not where it's at all. And you already know how that go. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I always keep it real with y'all. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna act like, you know what I mean? Oh, nah. Let's have some sympathy for these people. They going through things. If you're going through something, go holler at a therapist. You know what I mean? You ain't grow up the right way. Your parents neglected you. You've been abused, all that. Go talk to somebody. But you out here tricking. You out here doing this, that, and the third to get on, just so somebody could look at you and then expose people and expose other people's lifestyles who had no idea that you was going to do this. That's fucked up. I don't have sympathy for people like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like, prime example, if we driving in a car and I'm with you, or you with me, let's say you with me, whoever you are, male or female, I go rob the corner store, I go rob the bank, I go rob the chicken shack, whatever I do, and I hop back in the car and act like everything all good. And you looking at me like, oh, you good, my nigga? Like, yeah, I'm straight, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever, let's go, let's keep driving. We driving. And we getting it in or whatever we doing. And you go, oh, snap. Yo, the cops behind us. And I take off. I'm doing 90 now. I'm like, oh, I ain't trying to get caught by the police. I'll take you on a whole high-speed chase with me. You get caught with me. You gonna be like, yo, I never signed up for this, bro. Like, you ain't even give me no warning or nothing. Like, you ain't even asking me, did I want to be a part of this or what? Like, now I'm stuck. Now I'm asked out. You feel me? Now I gotta go to jail with you because they don't believe that I wasn't with you. Especially if I'm not saying that. I'm just in there like, nah, bro, we went to rob the bank or whatever. Homie was down with it. She was with it. Whatever the case may be. You gonna be looking at me crazy like, bro, I didn't do this. And now you doing 10, 15 years for me. And I'm doing the 10, 15 or maybe 5 or whatever the case may be. Now you devastated because you ain't never asked for that. That's the whole thing. You ain't never asked for that. That's real talk. Let me shout out a few people that's hopping in the live. Shout out to my little cousin Andrew. You know what I'm saying? Philly. Shout out to Philly. Do your thing, bro. I see you out here. Shout out to my sister-in-law. She hopped up on here. My brother's on here, I believe, on the live. It's good, Larry. My sis Jess is on here. We out here doing our thing. My brother-in-law just came out on the porch, so that's when you hear the door pop open. And so you know how that go. Quick moment to laugh. Homie Hottie just walked in. He taking out the garbage, so that was funny. Yeah, it's a lot of traffic going on right now, so excuse me. I'll take a sip break. So I don't think you put it in you put it in the garbage can? Huh? You put it in the garbage can? Mm-hmm. You put them in the blue cans?
I just put them on the next door.
Oh, alright. I was just asking.
I like blue, right?
Huh? I mean, it's just, as long as it's next to the garbage cans, it's good. But yeah, so too funny. Alright, y'all had to make sure you put the garbage out in the right place. I ain't want to get a fine. Yeah, but like I said, man, you can't be getting people involved in your BS unknowingly. And in this situation, Shorty was doing it on the behalf of others unknowingly. Like, the girl, Selena Powell, whatever, not her man's, but the dude she was messing with, he's a basketball player. He got a girlfriend on Instagram, whatever. And she just putting his business out there. Oh, they not loyal, this, that, and the third. Shorty, that's not your place. You out here exposing people for what? You asked most of the time to get at him. He's just doing his due diligence by looking you out. He hitting you off with some bread, or he giving you a lifestyle that you ain't really used to having, or you wasn't used to having before meeting him or anybody else. Like, you can't be putting his business out there so you can get paid, unless you sign a contract or something. That's why I never wanted to be famous, really. I was never off. I thought I was going to be in the NBA one day. You know what I mean? Then I got 10 years old and I was like, yo, you're going to be short, my nigga. It's not happening. NFL, none of that ain't happening. You better chalk that up to the burbs. Can't be a coach because I curse too much. I love the game too much for that. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If I ever was to become famous, I would never put myself in these situations for the simple fact that I seen it from outside. And even before I seen it from outside, I seen it in the hood, where you mess with a shorty in the hood that might be a little popular, and niggas gonna feel however they feel, dudes gonna feel however they feel, and they gonna be in her ear. Oh, he ain't all that, he ain't this, he ain't that, speaking on you when you ain't around, trashing you. If they see you with another shorty, it could be your sister, it could be your auntie, calling her up, taking pictures. Hey, I seen him, he was with so and so, so whatever. Once again, you interfering in somebody else's business. You think you're doing the right thing, but at the end of the day, it's a selfish result because you're doing this for yourself. You're not doing this for nobody else. You're doing this for yourself. But I digress on that because, hey, everything that's done in the dark comes to the light. That's what they say. You feel me? And I mean, all good things come to an end. So, like I said, when 6ix9ine got out before he got out, go a couple of episodes back, and I said he might come out and be on the same shit he be on and niggas not feel him. And that's exactly what it is. He's being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? He went to LA to do stand in front of Nipsey mural and try to like show love to Nip. Nip ain't never fuck with him when he was alive. Nip didn't like niggas like him. You know what I'm saying? So it's whatever. But you already know how that go. Shout out to Reese. Reese just popped in. What's good, Reese? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like you came home and instead of you being smarten up, bro. Like you a Spanish cat. Do Spanish music, you know what I mean? Do reggaeton or something. Get popping overseas or in the islands or whatever. Make your bread off that. You know what I mean? Hip hop might not be in your lane no more. You make music with Nicki Minaj. You get a #1 song. That don't mean nothing though. You know what I'm saying? Nicki Minaj made that the #1 song, not you. So it's whatever. You know what I mean? It's hype around you, but the clout chase is over. Nobody cares anymore about you. You're done up. You know what I'm saying? Your ship has sailed. It's done. That's what I would like to believe. You know what I'm saying? Till you smarten up and change your way of thinking or change your way of operating in this rap game, people gonna look at you crazy like, bro, that nigga's trash, he's a rat, he's whatever. The young kids that troll, they probably still look at you, but they only looking at you as an act. They're not looking at you as the artist or the rapper. Plus, you said it yourself, you can't rap. You know what I'm saying? You said you don't rap like that. You just be saying bullshit on tracks because people listening. Somebody gonna start taking it and understanding what you're saying and be like, yo, he's just doing this for the bread. Let me get about your way and stop listening to you. And that's how you lose your following. That's how you lose whatever, because you're not staying true to what you started. And that clout chasing only lasts for so long. Same like with these groupies. Hey man, it comes to an end. Superhead had her moment. She departed. So all y'all little shorties out here trying to ruin niggas' lives and all this other stuff, remember, it all comes to an end. All good things come to an end. All good things with foul intentions for sure come to an end. But hey man, I spent 20 minutes on that because I just, you know how it goes, man. Community, black African American community. I want to stop using culture now because I feel like culture is, the media done took over the word culture and fucked it up. So our community, our tribes, all the different tribes, Oakland tribe, LA tribe, Compton tribe, York tribe, Passaic tribe, Patterson tribe, Cleveland, Cincinnati, you know what I mean, Kenosha tribe, all the tribes all over, you know what I mean, black communities, brown communities. We need to start coming together, use the word community instead of culture, because they killed culture. They done put culture as the mainstream thing, and now it's nothing of, it's not of its essence of what the word really meant. You know what I mean, we done lost it. But it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, all good things come to an end. But a rebirth can happen, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we gotta do here. We gotta rebirth our culture, hip hop, the community. We gotta rebirth it and give it a better light and guide each other, because, you know, in our younger generation, when we was coming up, the older heads above us was trying to give us game, but they was giving it to us the wrong way. So we didn't take heed to it and we walked away from it. The older heads above them was giving us game, and we took their approach and was like, we understand where y'all coming from, and we gonna make our own lane with it. And now that we older, we talking to the youngins, and I appreciate my brothers and my homies that I see talking to the youngins, trying to get a point across. You know what I mean? They out here, they coaches, they teachers, they doing their thing, they reaching these kids differently than what we were reached, because we didn't have a lot of teachers that was males, especially not African American males in our community at the time. We had a few, you know what I'm saying, here and there, that was upstanding citizens that we could listen to, but it wasn't a lot. And it's all good though, you know what I mean? That's a transition. So my generation, we picking up the ball. Hope we continue to pick up the ball, keep dribbling, you know what I mean? Take it to the hole, slam that shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Now you can't see this if you're listening to this on YouTube, Spotify, or other streaming platforms, but on Instagram live, I'm showing right now the bag. And actually, this is a bag that if you watching it live, or if you want to see the bag, you could go on to Adore Zoo Boutique. You know what I mean? They got a lot of fire things for the ladies. They got some stuff for the fellas too, caps, hats, shirts. You can check it out. You know what I'm saying? On the Instagram live, if you see me, go to Adore Zoo Boutique. If you're on YouTube and you can't find it, you can go to my page on Mars Blaine 2 on Instagram, and it's definitely posted up there. You can check the post, go to the page they tagged. You know what I'm saying? Shop. You know what I mean? Pick something up if you want. Another reason why the bag is here, you know what I'm saying, because everybody chasing a bag. You know what I'm saying? Everybody chasing a bag. But my issue with the bag, I need y'all to understand, Claro. My issue with the bag in our generation is the bag has become the house. The bag has become the car. The bag has become the insurance. Shorties be out here, I got a Birkin. He spent 10 racks on my Birkin. Like, that's cute, that's cool and all. But ma'am, that Birkin, all you can do is resell it. And it has to be in good shape when you resell it. So that bag depreciates as soon as you buy it. Just like a car. Are you worth more than $10,000? Ma'am, I hope so. I really hope so. Because it's just a bag. You know what I'm saying? We all trying to get to the bag, I understand that. But it's just a bag. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, y'all. Please understand, it's not that deep. I don't really bang with the bag. My bag theory is, listen, you want to get a bag, get a house, get a car, invest in a business, invest in some stocks. A Birkin bag, it's just a bag. It's just a material item. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna give you no residual. Promise you it's not. Might make you look cute in the salon when you walk in, but that's about it, shorty. Shout out to Roscoe hopping in. It was good, my boy. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not off this. I seen this earlier and the other day on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, just scrolling through Shade Room and all that, baller alert pop up, and they like, I think Quavo gave Sweetie a Birkin bag. All of you look in the comments, all these shorties, oh, I know that's right, that Birkin life, and I'm like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? What's good with that? Like, it's just a bag. He ain't buying no house. He ain't investing no business. You know what I'm saying? He bought her a bag. It's a bag. You get bags on your anniversary. You get jewelry on your anniversary. You get, or your birthday. Like, what about him giving you a residual bag? You know what I'm saying? Something that you get money off. Let me go buy an apartment building for you, shorty. You know what I'm saying? I got your apartment building. You getting $1,500 to $2,000 from 10 people. That's $20,000 a month. You can get however many Birkin bags you want for the rest of the year. You feel me? Right, Roscoe. You know what I'm saying? You said investments turn into income. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Investments turn into income. That's all it is to it. You know what I'm saying? Just let's stop BSing. Shorties, I say this all the time in private, and I probably said it on here a few times in the podcast. Residual bags is everything. Shorty, females, women, young ladies, grown women, y'all are at an advantage right now. Y'all are doctors, lawyers, nurses. Y'all get into the bag. A lot of us fellas, we gotta do a lot of things to get to the bag where y'all get into. There's a lot of fellas out here doing their thing, doctor, lawyering it up too. But there's a lot more brothers out here on the entrepreneurial tip, trying to get their bread the way they get it. Not necessarily with a corporate job, but they get into their bag however they get into it in a legal way. You feel me? So y'all dictate the tempo of a relationship. So if you want to say, oh, I like gifts and I like, the materialism of the relationship, that's cool. But you know what else could give you materialism all the time? You know what I'm saying? Is investments. You know what I'm saying? Get a crib, get a condo. Let's move this money around. Let's stop thinking in this one track mind of, oh, you know what I mean? Let me just go get this. Let me just go get a Birkin. You know what I'm saying? Let me go get a Birkin. Keep it moving. And I'm not saying all females think like this. Ladies, I'm not saying all females think like this. All women think like this. I'm saying, in a sense, it's a lot of women out here that's okay with just getting that Birkin. You know what I'm saying? I want to change the mind state of everybody. I'm trying to hit everybody on the head. I ain't knocking nobody hustle. I ain't knocking nobody love and affection or none of that. It's cool to get a Birkin. It's cool to get a Birkin. But make sure them residuals is coming in. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that Birkin is getting filled. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not a rapper or a singer. Shorty, what you need a Birkin for? You know what I'm saying? Like, Birkin is a public opinion of status. You know what I'm saying? It's not really doing nothing for you. Yeah, you got a Birkin, but you ain't even got a car, or your man's got a car for you. You know what I'm saying? But if he giving you that residual bag, he giving you that investment bag, guess what? You could do whatever you want. That building in your name, that business in your name. You know what I mean? That property is in your name. You could do whatever you want with it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the shorties out here getting a residual bag. You know what I mean? The car dealers, shorties out here doing the used car dealers. I see y'all doing y'all thing. Keep it up. Keep it going. The ladies out here selling them. Hey, you selling the plates, sell your plates, baby. Your fish and chips. You know what I mean? Your shrimp. Do your thing. I'm not knocking it. Do your thing. You know what I mean? As long as the kitchen clean, I'll eat there. I'ma holler at you. The pies. Patty making pies, Patty the Bell getting money from Walmart. Ain't nothing wrong with you selling your cheesecakes and your pies. And if you want to be a baker, do your thing. The bag is there. It's out here. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people think it's COVID's going on. Oh, you know what I mean? The world is over all that. Hey man, it's halftime. Shout out to the comedian Billy Sorrells for keeping it real. It's the halftime right now. Everybody in the locker room. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people with their head down. They thinking the game's over. We lost. You know what I'm saying? But this is halftime. These past 6-7 months, you should have been in your bag trying to figure out how you going to get this bread. You know what I'm saying? Reinventing yourself by any means or whatever means. You know what I mean? If you working hard, you out here doing your thing. Hey, that's what's up. You want another stream of income? Work on it. You want to invest in something? Understand the investment market. You want to sit down and consult? Get somebody to consult with you. Learn the game. Game is free. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of, it don't take nothing to go and invest in a book. You know what I'm saying? It don't take nothing to go invest in the materials to help build the house. You know what I'm saying? Start at the bottom. The foundation got to be solid. The foundation is solid. The house is already on its way to being great. You know what I mean? Make sure you get that good wood. You know what I mean? That good plywood. Build this house. Make sure the cement is stuck on the ground. Make sure you get the fillers for the inside of the house. Make sure the plumbing system is working properly. Make sure you got your bag ready. There's money out here. There's mad different ways to get this money. You know what I'm saying? The OnlyFans thing, shorty, if you're doing that, that's up to you. Ladies, hide your face. If you get into the OnlyFans bag, hide your face. I know a teacher got fired for doing the OnlyFans. She didn't have her face, nobody probably ever knew. Another thing is, once again, if you see a teacher doing OnlyFans, mind your business. It's not affecting your kid. She ain't doing OnlyFans while she teaching your kid. She doing OnlyFans in her spare time to make her bread. It is what it is. Gotta get to your bag. One of the oldest professions is prostitution. No disrespect, it ain't prostitution when you're on OnlyFans, but hey, the strip club's still popping. As soon as they open, everybody gonna be in there throwing money. It is what it is. It's the game. But get to your bag. Stop accepting Birkins as the only means of love and affection. Stop accepting red bottoms as the only means of affection. It's just a material item. Your feet gonna swell up if you have kids. Your feet might swell up just because you ain't eating right. You got too much salt in your blood. You know what I'm saying? All these material things, they come to an end. You know what I mean? All these little bags, little watches and stuff like that, that all goes to an end. The hats, the clothes, you know what I'm saying? It all comes to an end. And that's my whole stance on the Birkin. The Birkins. I never knew it was that deep until I seen females doing it. I'm like, yo, y'all really out here gloating about a bag? It's just a bag. That bag ain't doing nothing for you. That bag don't open the door for you. That bag don't turn the car on for you. That bag don't get you to work. It's just a bag. It's a pocketbook. Ain't nothing wrong with get a nice little $50, $60 pocketbook. I'm just saying. $10,000 for a pocketbook. I ain't doing it, Captain. I hit the Mega Millions. I come to $1 million contract because of this podcast. I'm not buying my shorty no Birkin. It's not worth it to me. I'll go buy her apartment complex and be like, baby, this you. Got it. It's on you. When I go, you can still have this property. It's in your name. This your bag to come in. You ain't even got to work if you don't want to. You want to go back to school, get your master's, get your bachelor's, whatever you want to get, go ahead, do that. Because you got this money coming in through the boatload. You know what I'm saying? But people just don't get it, man. I don't think people get it. People don't want to get it. People don't want to keep it real with themselves. You feel me? People act like it ain't crazy out here in these streets. It's definitely crazy in these streets. The bag is the bag. The Birkin is the Birkin. And listen, we all gotta eat, baby. If I see you with a Birkin and you walking down the street, somebody gonna run into your pockets. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna run into your pockets one way or another. Whew. It's deep out here, man. I hope I'm not going over y'all heads. I ain't trying to go over nobody's head. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to catch the wave. I ain't trying to go over nobody's head. I just want y'all to understand. There's a lot of investments out here. You go to any city in United States, as far as I'm talking about city, like that got a little poverty in a neighborhood, or poverty-stricken neighborhoods. You go there, buy a house, buy land. You know what I'm saying? You could buy land in the city, not ever build on it. Just make sure it stay clean. Somebody come and want to invest in that land and build something there, they gotta buy it from you. So I buy land. That's I buy land for like $20,000-$30,000. Somebody come along and say, "Dang, that land would look perfect with this, that, and the third on it. Yo, can I buy that from you?" Yeah, 100,000, 150. All right, cool. And that's on a low scale, depending on where that area is. You might sell it for more than that. You know what I mean? You could take a loan out and buy something, pay on that loan. It's still in your name. When they want to buy it, they still gotta involve you in buying it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's in your possession right now. Gotta understand these laws, man. Gotta understand the rules to the game, baby. It ain't free. The game ain't free, but it's free. And shout out to all the young cats out there doing their thing, male and female. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all getting to y'all bag. Shout out to y'all opening up, your restaurants, opening up your business, whatever you doing to facilitate your dream. Keep chasing it, bro, or sis. Chase it. You know what I'm saying? I say that all the time to the youngest. I remember I literally tell a story almost every time we on here. You know what I'm saying? That I did this podcast. I started this podcast like 8 years ago, before podcasting was even crazy popping like that. I think it was like Combat Jack was like one of the first people I seen doing it. But I had started doing podcasts then on YouTube. I did like a few episodes, maybe like 6 episodes. It's getting a few views, and I felt like, nah, nobody ain't listening to me. I'm out. Should have stayed on it. Who knows where I'll be with it. That's why I tell you, don't quit. Do your thing. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Because at some point in time, the work you put in, You know what I mean? You're gonna reap what you sow. The seed you sow, the harvest will come. You know what I'm saying? Droughts happen. That's a part of the life. As I say, if that's part of the game, you gotta be prepared for that. You gotta prepare yourself for all these little things, all these little trinkets and curves that come around when you walking through this life. And that's just my thing on it, man. Clout chasing you gotta kill a clout chasing culture that's driven by the media, for sure. Birkin bag lifestyle, trash. Just my opinion. Oh man, it's crazy out here. The Joe Budden podcast too just left Spotify. Had a whole big blowout. I feel Joe to a degree. I feel like Joe Budden he be ahead of his time when he do certain things and make certain moves. And the fact that him and Charlamagne beefing right now is crazy because they homies. That's what everybody thought. But they have different views and opinions, you know what I'm saying? Whereas Joe Budden feel like, you know what I mean, getting to the bag is doing this thing independently and not having to worry about, you know what I mean, dictating to the distribution people or the streaming platforms that distribute the podcast. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have to dictate to them. The money should just come because he's bringing the attention to their platform. And with Charlamagne, like, we ain't gonna get nowhere unless we work with him to get to the platform. And that whole thing within itself is it's a complex thing because they both right. You know what I'm saying? They both definitely right. Like, in certain mediums of entertainment, you gotta work with people in order for your thing to work, to make your quality product quality. You know what I'm saying? If you want people gonna listen to you and follow you. You might have a cult following. They like to say a cult following, which is like, you know what I mean, underestimated at first, but then eventually, you know, you consider somebody that we would love to listen to and talk to, or whatever the case may be. Prime example of a cult classic would be like when The Reasonable Doubt dropped in '96. People wasn't really feeling it like that unless you knew who Rockefeller was, you knew who Jay-Z was. 25-30 years later, it's one of the greatest albums of all time in hip-hop because not only was Jay-Z in his purest of form, but it was raw. It was what it was. People appreciated it for what it was and the time frame it was. So, you know what I mean? Rockefeller came into the game as their own individual label. They didn't have nobody but Def Jam and them to distribute for them, and they worked with them. They got to the bag and grew these relationships out of that. Or you could do it the Def Jam way, start your own thing and see where you go from there, and just come out and be, feet, boots on the ground. Rockefeller and Def Jam is the same thing to me, so I can't use that as an example. There's a lot of rap record labels, they all started the same way, you know what I'm saying? So I would be more in the sense of like, what's a good use of it? Like G-Unit, I would say. So Interscope happened with 50. 50 ended up making G-Unit records. He needed Interscope in order for him to get where he had to get to. You know what I mean? G-Unit records didn't happen out of nowhere. He needed them to facilitate for him to have his own record label. You know what I'm saying? And he used his status to get where he wanted to go. Same way Charlamagne used his status to get a platform for black podcasters and black podcasts to iHeartRadio, because he's already at iHeartRadio. He's one of the most popular personalities on iHeartRadio. So naturally, I'm gonna use my platform to open the door for everybody else. Whereas Joe's more like, we independent and we control the market. The people will follow us wherever we go. So one side you got a cult following, the other side you got popularity. And it works in the black community. We could do both. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to strictly do one or the other. We can do both. And I want people to understand that. As a people, as a community, in the black African American community, we can do both. You can be proper, and we don't have to say you speak white. You just speak proper. You speak in a way that everybody can understand you. Or you could be a hood and speak the dialect that you speak from wherever you from and still be understood by most people. You can do both. There's no need to separate and do one singular thing. We are all different people. And under this community umbrella of Black African Americans, we are all separate individuals. We all have different understandings. A lot of us may have similar understandings, but the differences that we have is the reason why we are able to do different things. We shouldn't be held to one single standard of like, okay, because you're Black, you have to be an entrepreneur. You have to not work with white folks. You have to not ever consolidate yourself and make yourself into what they want you to make you into. You have to understand that you can control how people look at you, how people market you, how people get your name out there. You know what I mean? You are your own brand, basically. That's what a lot of people say. You are your own brand. You are. No matter you looking for a regular job or you want to be an NFL player or an NBA player or an actor or an actress or a business owner, whatever you want to do in life, you still going to be your own brand. When you go to a job interview, you're representing yourself and you're coming in with your brand to show another brand how you can improve their brand. That's all it is. Hey, we can do it the easy way, the medium way, or the hard way. As long as you're doing it. That's what the main objective is. As long as you're doing it to get where you gotta go. Now, having control of your destiny is definitely something I always say people should always look at first. Having control of your own name, your own image, your own likeness, that should automatically come off the rip. You shouldn't want nobody representing you in a negative way. You shouldn't want to associate yourself with people that will make you look or be perceived in a negative way. And that's kind of like it's a love-hate relationship with that, because media does that. You know what I mean? We have to work with media to reach certain platforms, but you also can start your own platform and just say fuck media and do your own thing, and you know what I mean, bring the people to you. There's nothing wrong with bringing the people to you. That's the whole part of the game. How many people can I attract to me? That's part of the game. You feel me? Ah, man, we almost about this thing though. I ain't gonna kill y'all too much with this. I feel like we reached a lot of good points today. I hope y'all listen and understood where I was coming from. You know what I mean? I don't think we're gonna we might do a part 2 to this podcast. I don't know yet. Might get my sis or one of my bros to come through. You know what I mean? COVID free. And I might do a podcast with my girl. You never know. Not a podcast, an episode with her, my lady, fiance. I don't know yet. But yeah, man, work on your brand, work on your platform. Fuck the Birkins, fuck the clout chasers. I have to say that, and with the utmost respect and the utmost disrespect, and understand that as a community, not a culture, as a community, Black, African American folks, brown folks, it's okay with getting to the bag. It's okay with chasing the bag, but represent your brand, represent yourself, respect yourself. You know what I mean? Make sure these residuals is adding up. Make sure your likeness is not being played with. You know what I'm saying? Be authentic. Be you. Don't change for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because when you change, you're giving people what they want. Everybody wants to be able to change somebody. Be yourself. That's what got you here. You could change for the better, but always be yourself. You could be yourself and still change. Modify. Modification is okay. It's not wrong with modification. But chase the bag. Don't let the bag chase you. That's what the main goal and objective should be. And don't let nobody tell you that you can't do something because they ain't ever did it. Or don't let no conglomerate tell you it ain't gonna work, because trust me, it's a lot of stories out here where somebody be like, oh yeah, we'll deny you. Take your whole idea and platform and do exactly what you're trying to do to prove you wrong. Once again, the game is the game. Don't ever forget the game is the game. The game is free, B. The game is the game also. Man, we gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna post this on YouTube for all the Instagram heads that's looking. Now, I mean, the link is in the description of my Instagram. So when you hit the link on my Instagram, Mars Blaine 2, it'll take you right to the YouTube page. You subscribe if you want. You know what I mean? The comments might not be on for the video, so you could also comment on my page, because I'm gonna post this episode, of course, on my page. Gang shit. Shout out to Hooterville. You already know what it is. Up top with a one stop. North Jersey in the building. Love is love. Peace is love. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head up. Chase the bag. Don't let the bag chase you. No Birkins. No clout chasers. I'm out.